to Private Parts Live! Come on, yes! So, we're live streaming across the world. So, when you find something funny, laugh loudly. Yes, laugh with enthusiasm. You find something enjoyable, clap, make a lot of noise. That's what we want here. Everyone's going to have a wonderful show. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Jamie Laing and Francis Boulle!
What? Wait, why do you have a banana?
Just for nutrition.
So you brought a banana for nutrition?
For nutritional purposes.
Hey, by the way, hello everyone. Hi. What's happening? Hey, welcome to this live show. It's very exciting. We're apparently live across the world, which is great.
Yeah, we're live.
Are we totally live?
Yeah, we're live. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Deliveroo, I think.
Is that where we're live? So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live episode of Private Parts. Crowd cheer. Woo! We are back once again with a very special episode brought to you by our sponsors, ID Mobile. So thank you very much to ID Mobile. You can see the little popcorn things here. We're having a lovely time. So where's everyone come from so far? Where have you guys come from?
I came from Clapham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone from further afield than Clapham?
Anyone? From where?
Ireland.
You flew from Belfast? Yeah. Did you actually? So all of our listeners, we have some lovely people from Belfast here. So how much were your flights?
It's a bit of a personal question.
Was it? Well, because I once booked a flight to go to Dublin, not Belfast. That's the other. Yeah, is that boo? But I did that, and it cost me 24 quid once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever booked flights way in advance and that's happened to you?
Yeah, once or twice. I think actually the cheapest flight I've booked, I think probably was about 20 quid or something, 25 quid. Don't know where I was going. I think maybe I went to Estonia.
You went to? When have you been to Estonia?
I can't talk about it.
You can't talk about it? Listen, very exciting stuff. This time last year, we were up in Edinburgh doing our live show, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, we were.
Which was
actually, no, not this time last year.
It was this time last year?
No, it was the end of August we were up there.
I mean, it was pretty much...
So this time last year, we were getting ready to go up to Edinburgh.
Also, which is quite upsetting, is that Francis and I feel that we are the pioneers of podcasts. We feel like we started this whole craze and everyone's jumped on the bandwagon.
I think maybe you can speak for yourself.
I thought we had this conversation backstage. We're saying literally that we think we're the pioneers.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, we do think that. Yeah.
And now...
We are kind of the pioneers of we invented podcasts. You guys know.
We started this, as we said before, we started this 3 years ago in a cupboard in the south of France, and now we're sitting here in front of all you guys, which is very exciting. And also incredibly nerve-wracking because we actually never plan anything. So we just literally walk into any store and just talk about anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, buddy?
There's no plan here. This is completely unplanned, unedited, live.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, from Borough Market, wherever we are.
We're not in Borough Market. Why would we be in Borough Market?
Oh no, we're in Elephant and Castle.
We're not even in Elephant and Castle, really.
We are.
We're on Borough Road.
That's in Elephant and Castle.
Is it in Elephant and Castle?
Is anyone from Elephant and Castle here?
Oh, Tom.
No?
Yes, Tom was. That is a very seasoned pro over there. That Tom, who used to be on the podcast, was from Elephant Castle.
Someone's asked me if Russell Brand has accepted my challenge fight.
Now, before we begin this, we got to understand, Francis, you have decided to call out Russell Brand, haven't you?
That's correct, Jamie.
Wait, firstly, why are you talking to me like it's an interview?
I thought this was my my pre-fight interview.
No, because you don't have a fight planned yet, so there's no...
Hey, look, it's in the diary.
It's not in the diary. You don't have anything planned yet.
Yeah, but it's in the diary. That's a figure of speech.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you explain to all of the listeners that are in the room what you're planning to do?
All right. Well, I don't know if any of you know that I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast at all.
Just quickly, before what we were doing, we were just sitting back behind these walls, and Francis was just showing me videos of people playing jiu-jitsu the entire time. That's what we were watching.
Well, that's all I do.
And he was almost orgasming over some arm bar that was happening.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't an armbar, but I'm not going to get into the technical details.
Wait, so tell everyone what you're doing with Russell Brand.
No, basically, Russell Brand is such a good bloke. He also is a practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He recently got promoted to his blue belt, so I thought, it'd be nice to challenge him to a super fight for charity.
Have you ever met?
That's a minor detail.
Do you think Russell Brand knows who you are?
I think the point is, the point is that Russell Brand definitely knows who I am now.
Wait, hang on. How does Russell Brand know who you are now?
Well, because I challenged him to a super fight, and I know we've got a mutual friend who I sent the video. I said, can you just make sure Russell sees this? So I know that he's seen it. And, jiu-jitsu, as Russell says, is all about unity and, people from all walks of life coming together for the gentle art, as it's translated as. And so I thought, why don't we then fight for a good cause? Maybe raise millions.
Because do you think you could raise millions?
For charity.
You think you have a feeling that if you fought Russell Brand, you could raise millions for charity?
Well, I think we're definitely not going to raise millions for charity if Russell Brand keeps annoying me.
Wait, so...
ignoring me.
Yeah. Ignoring me. So basically what you're saying is if you don't fight, you won't raise money.
Well, and that's just...
Obviously you wouldn't raise money if you didn't fight.
That's up to Russell. If he doesn't want to raise money for charity, that's his call. The ball is in his court.
Do you think if you actually fought, you could beat him?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because, well, who knows? But I pick my battles.
Yeah. What does that mean? How do you pick your battles?
Well, I picked Russell Brand out.
Oh, so what you're saying is you literally pick people to fight?
Yeah, I picked him. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, do you know what? He's got a blue belt, so he's actually a higher rank than me. So if he, is afraid of fighting me, maybe, I don't know, maybe he should fight me then.
Listen, I had this whole feeling, right?
It's for charity.
Yes, I know it's for charity. I get it. I get that you're very...
Look, Russell, I like you.
Russell's not here. He's not here.
He is watching this live stream right now.
Okay, hang on. I tell you what. So if Russell's watching this live stream, all right, let's imagine he is.
No, he is.
Okay, fine. Hello, Russell Brand. How are you?
Hey, Russell, it's fine. I'd be worried
no,
too.
Why don't
I'd be afraid too.
Look down the barrel of the camera right now, Francis. Look down the barrel of the camera.
I'd be scared of fighting me too.
No,
as well,
you can't just cut over what you have. I'm gonna look down the barrel of the camera, and just say.
Which one? There's 4.
Look down this one over here. Camera number 4. And say what you need to say to him right now.
Russell, I love you, man. I think we've had some amazing times not together. But I think we need to decide who is going to win this fight. And the only way we can decide and figure out who's going to win this fight is to fight. So get back in touch and let me...
Yeah, but the thing is, how's he going to get in touch? He doesn't know you.
Yeah, he does. He knows who I am now.
Oh, because he's watching, is that why?
Yeah, he's definitely... I'm Francis, by the way, Russell.
Hey, listen, would you guys like to see Francis fight Russell Brand? I would. Honestly, if you're going to raise it for charity, I would love to see it. Maybe we do a podcast there. Maybe we hang out. Maybe we do it that way.
Look, Russell, if you agree to this charity super
I love how
fight,
you're talking to like he's here.
Then I think maybe we'll let you on this podcast. I think we'll let you come on the podcast as well as a little carrot dangling.
So your sort of bargain with him is the fact that if he fights you, then we will allow him to come on our podcast because otherwise we wouldn't let him on.
Well, if he keeps ignoring me, it'll be very difficult to invite him on the podcast at all because he won't respond.
You're like one of those people at school that are like a nagging, annoying person.
Professor.
You're not like a professor at all. How?
A scientist.
I reckon when you were at school, you were one of those people that you get really annoyed really easily. Were you one of
No,
those?
I'm a very laid-back dude.
Are you?
Yeah, wouldn't you agree? Everyone?
I thought you were talking to Russell Brand again.
Yeah.
I don't understand who you're talking to.
What I want to know from our wonderful audience is, do you think, because I called out Russell Brand in the traditional way that one calls out someone for a fight, right? I've been around the block. I've seen how people do it, and you know, he's chosen to ignore me. But how else would I go about? You've got to I'm kind of virtually jujitsuing him because I'm, you know, saying if you don't do it, then if you don't fight me, then you don't like charity. So he has.
Is that what you said? So that's basically what you're saying to him.
Yeah, but it's up to him if he wants to be one of those guys that hates charity.
Okay, if you had to pick, right, because we're going to focus on this topic.
I keep forgetting that he's out there watching us. Sorry, Russell. I forget.
If you had to pick 3 people who were alive today or who are dead that you could fight, who would be those 3 people apart from Russell Brand?
I wouldn't want to fight a dead person.
You would
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
But you could magically somehow bring them back to life.
Who would I want to fight?
Yeah, who would you want to fight?
Well, I mean,
you walk into a room, you have a bunch of famous...
I'm not going to fight someone who doesn't do jiu-jitsu.
But they're all blue belts. They're all blue belts. They're all magically blue belts. Francis can't do anything hypothetically. He just can't. This is hypothetically speaking.
I think hypothetically I could do something hypothetically.
Okay, fine. So hypothetically speaking, if you walked into a room and there was a bunch of people there, all right?
Yeah.
Who would be the first person you'd like seeing?
A bunch of people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people.
What are they doing in this room?
They're at a summit.
What kind of summit?
A Lego summit.
They're at a Lego summit.
Yeah.
And then I come in and I say, I want to fight 3 of you. I want to fight 3 of you guys.
Yeah, that's what
it's nothing to do with the Lego summit. But while you're here, back from the dead.
Yeah, exactly. So who would be the first person? They don't have to be. The whole point is they don't have to be dead. They could be alive.
Okay, so they can be alive.
They can be alive. Those are the rules.
I would like to fight. I don't know. Maybe Genghis Khan.
You just pick that out of your ass. You do not want to fight Genghis Khan.
I think me and Genghis Khan would be a good matchup.
Why would you want to fight Genghis Khan?
Well, because he is a formidable conqueror. And what about maybe Alexander the Great?
Okay, nice. Let's pick an alive person. If someone was alive right now, who would you, apart from Russell Brand?
If someone was alive right now.
If someone was alive right now, you've walked into this room, you've walked in there, okay. They're all talking about Lego.
And what we're saying, not Russell Brand.
Russell Brand is not there.
All right.
And you've got Genghis Khan, you've got Alexander the Great, and you've got one other person, but this person is alive. Who would it be?
How about...
I can't wait for his answer.
Who else? Maybe someone else who does jiu-jitsu.
No, they all do jiu-jitsu. They all have blue belts, every single one of them.
Okay, maybe Jonah Hill.
Wait, Jonah Hill now or Jonah Hill from Superbad?
Jonah Hill from Superbad.
You would like to fight?
Now.
That's who you'd like to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
And what would you say? What would you say to Jonah Hill right this second? Because he's probably watching as well.
I'd say, Jonah, if this fight doesn't go ahead with Russell, then you're next, mate.
Next for what?
Next for the call out. No, but I like both Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, and I even if I don't fight them for a good cause, I'd like to fight them anyway.
Right. Also,
no, I'd like to train with them, do some jiu-jitsu.
You just want to train and hang out with him. You just like making friends. That's what's great about you,
just
Francis.
like making friends.
You do.
Guilty.
Right. If everyone listens to the podcast, you know that we do a question of the week.
Oh yeah.
And the question of the week is it's a competition time. So our buddies at ID Mobile are giving away a brand new 128 gigabyte iPhone XR.
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't there be a woo right there? Holy shit! It's 128 gigabytes.
Oh yeah.
iPhone XR.
Gigabytes.
Yeah. And all of the viewers have to do is to win the iPhone is answer the question of the week. Now, with ID Mobile, you can save an average of £212 versus going to a major network. So, you may as well be unfaithful. Dump your network and switch to ID Mobile to save some cash. Francis, now, you're going to ask your question of the week, and then our viewers are going to enter the competition by commenting with their answers on Private Parts YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook stream. So head over if you think you've got the right answer, and Francis will be picking one lucky winner, which we will all reveal at the end of the show.
Oh, yes.
So, Mr. Francis Boulle, like we do in the podcast, let's please have the question of the week. He hasn't got one, have you?
Shall we have a jiu-jitsu one?
No, I can't. There's no more. I can't see any jiu-jitsu.
All right, okay, I've got a good one.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Who has won the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Oh my God. We're not...
World Championships the most times out of any other person?
Yeah, but I know the answer to this.
No, but you don't need to.
Yeah, but I
No, you don't.
I answer it in the next round. So I know the answer.
No.
You just told me 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Why don't you do another one? Let's
All right.
stay away from jiu-jitsu. Let's pick something really interesting
All right.
and really exciting.
That is all of those things. Hold on.
This is what happens on the podcast every single week. So Francis always knows every single week, we've done 170 episodes, that we have a question of the week. And every single week, he goes, oh shit, yeah. Sorry, I have to check which one it is.
Okay, all right.
Have you got it? Here we go. It's totally live, Francis.
Okay, sorry guys.
Don't worry about
just
it.
stall for a minute.
Okay, I'll just stall for a minute. So everyone, I have a brand new haircut at the moment. Very excited about it. Because now that I basically...
Okay.
Oh, I was getting into my story. It's getting into my story and you just cut me off.
Which animal
Okay.
in the sea
Yep. Octopus.
doesn't have a brain?
Which animal in the sea doesn't have a brain?
Yeah. Doesn't have brains.
Well, do I get to guess? I get to guess now, right?
Yeah, you can guess.
Okay, so I'm going to guess. So I reckon what animal... No one's allowed to shout it out, by the way. You can't shout it out, you clever people in the room. Okay, what animal... I know this. It's super easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's squid.
Squid
Yeah, squid doesn't have a brain.
doesn't have brains.
Doesn't have brain. Doesn't have a brain. I know that for sure.
Are you sure?
Do you know what I found out the other day? Do you know that this is so... Are you now Googling your answer?
No, because maybe that's another one that doesn't have a brain.
No, it's fine. I don't know if it does.
Okay.
Have you got another one for us?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have the next one.
All right, which animal on the savannah
Yeah.
doesn't have vocal cords?
Which animal on the savannah doesn't have vocal cords? Now, for all of our listeners, they probably won't know where savannah is. So why don't you...
What the savannah is?
Where...
Are you thinking about savannah in Georgia?
No, what are you thinking about?
No, I'm talking about the savannah in Africa.
The savannah in Africa. That's exactly... in Kenya.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
In Kenya.
Yeah, isn't that where it is?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
in
good.
Kenya.
I reckon the animal that doesn't have a voice box, that is in the savannah...
Vocal cords, not a voice box.
Vocal cords is going to be a hyena.
They're one of the loudest animals on the savannah.
Yeah, but you said voice box.
No, they don't have vocal cords.
What's the difference between not having vocal cords and a voice box?
I don't know.
You're meant to be the smart one of this whole thing. You're meant to know these things.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think maybe it's the same thing. Vocal cords, voice box, potato.
No, it's not potato at all. There's obviously has to be a different thing between...
Okay, but look, the question stands. Which animal on the savannah doesn't have vocal cords?
I love how you're looking around the room for an answer as well. They're not allowed to answer. Okay, hey, you Belfastians, you better fasten that seatbelt of yours and get ready for...
What do you call someone from Belfast? Yeah. Yes. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Belfastian.
Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Are you content
Or
with
Belfaster. Belfaster.
Hey, listen, if you want to enter the competition, it's very simple. You will win an iPhone XR 128 gigabytes thanks to ID Mobile. All you got to do is comment the answer to the question of the week on our Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook socials right now, and Francis will pick a lucky winner. Very simple.
A lucky winner.
Hey, Francis, very exciting because, as always, what we like to do in the podcast is read our diaries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how this whole thing started, where I wrote a diary traveling when I was 18 years old or 19 years old.
Oh, yeah, but we couldn't read any of that because it was all a bit racy, wasn't it?
Why was it racy?
Well, it was, it was...
It wasn't sexy in any way.
It was a bit risque.
It wasn't risky.
Some of the stuff you got up to in Central America.
It was South America, firstly.
South America.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I thought you were in Central America as well.
No, I never went there.
Didn't you?
No,
Where did you go?
I went to Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
Stayed in Buenos Aires for a month. I was meant to stay there for 2 weeks, and I stayed there for a whole month. We were living in this apartment that we suddenly had. We had like 15 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I told you the story where my friend drew in marker pen for some reason a big cross on my back, and I didn't realize.
A cross?
A cross.
I thought he drew a big cock.
No, Francis, he drew a cross on my back.
Oh.
Anyway, it was in marker pen, and I fell asleep on the leather sofa, and obviously it was really hot, so I sweated.
White leather sofa.
A white leather sofa, and I got up from
Classy.
the sofa, and it was imprinted on this leather sofa.
Oh,
So we lost our deposit there and then.
Oh.
We also had this amazing thing, actually. This is so true. We were throwing a surprise party for my friend Jim, who was with us.
Jim, yeah.
You don't know Jim?
Yeah, Jim,
What's his surname?
Jim Bob.
No. What's his surname?
Jim Ivory.
That's his name. How do you know that? How do you Did you just guess that?
Just a guess.
No, you can't. I've told you this before, haven't I?
No.
Anyway, we're throwing this big surprise party for my friend
Jim Ivory.
Yes, that's his name. And we basically we all got into this lift. There were 10 of us, and we squeezed all of us into a lift. And he had a big surprise party. We had so many friends waiting in this restaurant, and we all got on this lift, and we started singing "Happy Birthday" and jumping up and down. And the lift broke, and we got stuck in this lift for 4 hours. There was no signal on our phone, so we couldn't call anyone. So we couldn't turn up to the surprise party. Right, everyone, it is now time for my diary. Is everyone excited?
First of all, are we all having fun?
Hey, you guys, every single one of you are great. Yeah.
Is that it?
That was it. that was my diary. My diary, ladies and gentlemen. Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of the podcast, people of the world, you may not know this about me, but I have IBS. Irritable bowel syndrome. Any sentence that has irritable and bowel in it, you know is not going to be a good thing. Now, this IBS can hit me at any point during the day or night, and trust me, it's not fun. Sometimes it comes unannounced, and other days it doesn't come at all, if you know what I mean.
No.
Basie's totally constipated sometimes. I don't really know why that happens. Now, this is not fun, especially when you're dating someone, which I can let you all into a little secret. I am dating someone.
Oh, who? Spencer Matthews.
I'm not dating Spencer Matthews.
Aren't you?
No, why would I? He has a wife and a baby.
It's never stopped you before. I don't even know what that meant, but it's definitely true.
The beginning part of dating someone is exciting, mysterious, awkward at times. But the worst part of it
is the IBS.
Yeah, pretty much. The worst part of it, if you are certainly not comfortable around them from the beginning. So when we decide to have a date night and my IBS hits me without warning while cuddling on the sofa watching the final Love Island, I thought my world had come to an end. Second to that, we were at her house. It's a girl, Francis.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's not Spencer. She was lying across me, flirting with my fingers when a rumble from the deep occurred. Yeah, that sounds weird when I read it out. Flirting with my fingers.
Fondling your fingers?
She was not no. Let me read that again. She was lying across me, flirting with my fingers, when a rumble from the deep occurred. I knew straight away what that feeling was. I had it many times in my life before, and each one ended with the same conclusion. I kept straight face as if it was an appetite problem. She looked at me, concerned. I gazed back at her with full confidence. When it happened again, there was sheer worry in her face. Again, I passed it off as nothing more than a slight rumbling. What she didn't know was I was about to explode. After 15 minutes of pure agony and me pretending I was fine, she got up to make a call and I pretended to lazily go to the bathroom. By this point, I was sweating. I reckon I had 5 minutes max with her on the phone. I quickly did my business, turned to get the loo paper, and saw the worst sight any newly dating person could ever see. No loo paper. The only other option was the shower. Oh. I pulled back the curtain to reveal a bath.
Wait, was this at your house?
No, it was at her house.
Oh, right.
Who the hell has a bath and not a shower? There was a knock at the door. Are you okay? Fine, I said before she could even finish. The bath tap was my only option. I started running it to find hot water jetting out of it. Only hot water. The cold didn't work.
Sounds a bit like IBS.
Again, who the hell only has hot water is my only option. I squatted, gritted my teeth, and splashed scalding water all over my backside. I jumped out of the bath in agony, trying not to scream. Oh. There was a knock at the door. There's loo paper in the mirror above the sink if you need, came from behind the door. Not only had she guessed what I was doing by the noise of the running water, but there had been loo paper there all along. I hate dating.
So who was this girl that you were on a date with?
Can't tell you, it's a secret.
Right.
Who do you think it is?
Sophie Haboo?
You what?
Is it Sophie Haboo?
Don't know.
Am I not allowed to say that?
You can say anything you want.
Sophie Haboo.
Gives me send it again one more time.
Sophie Haboo.
Right, so as ID Mobile said, basically, is that they want everyone to be unfaithful. So what we decided to do is...
what?
Well, they do. They want everyone to switch networks to them. That's
right.
They don't want everyone just to be unfaithful in general. That's not the point.
They want
of
to
it,
be unfaithful to their current network
no,
provider.
Listen, Francis, have you heard about ID Mobile's amazing #unfaithful campaign?
Yes. I have.
Explain it then, go on.
Basically, they want everyone to be unfaithful to their current network provider and move over to ID Mobile.
There we go, buddy. Now, our mates at ID Mobile are encouraging you to dump your mobile network and switch to them when you can save an average of £212 versus going to a major network. Now, it's easier than ever to switch to ID Mobile, so you may as well be unfaithful and save over 200 quid. 200 quid's a hell of a lot of money.
That is, what could you get with 250 quid?
It's not 250 quid, it's £212.
200. Okay, what could you get with that?
I could buy a hell of a lot of...
What are you likely to spend that money on, you personally?
Me personally, if I got given 212 quid right now?
Yeah.
I would probably... do you know what I'd spend it on?
Some Botox?
I've never had Botox.
No?
No.
What about some fillers?
I've never... why did you nod at the camera?
What about some bleach blonde in your hair?
Do you know what I would do? Do you know... It's all natural. Everything about me is natural, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I would do if I had £212 right now? Do you know what I'd do? I'd take my date to a restaurant. Thanks. Oh. Thanks, guys. Feel good right now. What would you do with your £212?
I would...
Bury it. What would you do with it?
Book a flight.
I love it how you panic. So where would you book a flight to?
Belfast.
I think, is it that expensive?
I know, sorry. I'd book 10 flights to Belfast.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So we should talk about, so what we decided to do is just talk about times that we have potentially been unfaithful.
Oh, God. Where do we start with you? He has been the most unfaithful person ever.
No, that is complete lie.
In the room.
No.
Who do you think is the most unfaithful of you guys in the audience?
Why would you point? Hey, you're just pointing people out in the audience.
Yeah, guys, come on. Raise your hand if you've ever been unfaithful.
No one, exactly. You're all honest angels. I love that. Oh my God! At the back, putting both hands up. What the hell is going on there? Do you know what? I actually feel really bad about this because the first time
I've got a few occasions where you've been unfaithful to me.
Okay. Well, what are you talking about?
How about the time that you recorded an episode with Tom Lucy without me?
That's mean of you.
Didn't even tell me. Had to find out.
How did you find out?
Had to find out from the podcast.
Wait, so you listened to an episode and went, hang on, why isn't there an episode out? I wasn't in this one.
I thought I sound weird.
That is true.
And
that is true.
Another time where we were meant to do Hunted together, and then you went and did it with Spencer Matthews.
God, I'm a dick. Listen, that was not my fault. That was not my choice.
Yeah.
That was not my choice.
Well, you could have chosen not to.
I didn't get to choose.
Oh yeah, you had to do it, did you?
I did want to. You're one of those people that would have wanted me not to do it because you weren't doing it.
Look, whatever you want to do, man, I get it.
No, hang on, it wasn't my fault. This is the whole point.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Look, I can't believe we're having a fight on a live podcast.
It's just one of those many moments you've been unfaithful to me.
Okay, what's another moment? Go on. What's another moment?
How about where I've been inviting you to come and do jiu-jitsu with me for like ages, and then you just went and did it with Spence Matthews, who's never even done jiu-jitsu before.
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to do jiu-jitsu with you, but I felt like I need to get to a certain level of standard before I even, because I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed about fighting.
Don't worry, man. I'll be gentle.
That's all right. I'll tell you the first time I have not been unfaithful, really.
Someone said, "Oh, Francis, I feel sad for you. Bad Jamie."
Why do you...
Bad Jamie.
Why do you like outing me?
Bad Jamie.
Why do you like outing me like this? What's the point? Would you get a thrill out of doing this?
No.
Good. Well, I'm glad you don't.
I don't take any pleasure from this. Let me make that a matter of public record.
What do you get pleasure from then?
I've got maybe jiu-jitsu. And I do get pleasure from this podcast and all of you wonderful audience members and listeners out there.
Do you know what?
You guys make me happy.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what we did the other day? We had an interview, and Francis likes to get on his high horse occasionally, and they were asked, what would you put in room 101? And Francis looked at me and said, do you know what I would put in room 101, which is basically a room that you would get rid of bad things in the world? And he said, I would put in there, and I had said, organised fun and Tupperware. He looked at me and went, with this sort of jealousy, looked at me and went, I'd put poverty. I'd put poverty in this room. No, don't shrug your shoulders like that.
Hey, I don't like poverty. I'm sorry. It's, I think if there's one thing I could solve, it would be that.
Do you know, actually, I feel quite bad because I was unfaithful once. There was a sniggering in there.
Just to clarify.
Sniggering from you. Yeah, stop sniggering over there from that sofa.
Just to clarify, I said I don't like poverty. I didn't mean like people who are poor. I meant actually...
the concept of poverty.
I don't like that some people are in poverty. I don't like that. Just, I got to clarify that because sometimes people could take that out of context.
They could do. It's very true.
And that's not what I'm about.
Oh, someone has actually written, Francis is so sweet. Poor Francis. Spotting a trend here, Jamie. What is going on? Listen, I'm going to be totally honest. I have been unfaithful once.
Or twice. Or
once.
Wait. Who was the last person you were unfaithful to?
Eliza. When I was 5 years old. Eliza, it's true.
What about...
be careful.
What about...
This is totally live, Francis. Can't edit this out.
Okay, what about...
This is totally live, Francis. We can't edit anything out.
Have you been unfaithful to...
Don't say anything that you will regret, because we can't edit it out.
Okay, have you been unfaithful to...
to what? I tell you I was unfaithful to Utterly Butterly once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to use Utterly Butterly all the time, and then I changed to Lower Pack, and I felt terrible about it.
That's
being unfaithful.
Yeah, I guess
Listen,
so.
I'm going to be honest. Listen, when I was 5 years old, I really fancied a girl called Eliza. She was super hot.
Eliza who?
I'm not going to give her surname away. I'm not going to give her surname
Eliza Dodd Noble.
No, that's a real person we know though, which is it was not Eliza Noble, but a girl called Eliza, and me and Tom.
Eliza McFadden.
It was not Eliza McFadden, but her dad was actually a singer. He was actually a rock star.
Brian McFadden.
No, he was a.
Is that a real person?
Yeah, Brian McFadden was from Westlife.
Oh.
Yeah, Brian. Big up Brian McFadden.
Familiar.
Anyway, so I was unfaithful to Eliza when
I
I was 5 years old, and I remember Tom Dukenfield and I were.
He doesn't exist, does he?
Yeah, he does exist. Don't know why I gave his surname away. Anyway, we went and kissed Hannah round the corner, and Eliza came and saw us, and she was upset. I also, do you know what? This is how sweet I am. I've still got all
herpes.
Yeah, that shit.
Still got it.
Yeah. Champion. Yeah. No. Just to let everyone know, I do not have herpes. Just to let everyone know that.
Anymore.
No, I don't. You can't. No. Firstly, herpes is for life, and also on that.
Oh yeah.
I don't have herpes. I don't. Weirdly enough, though.
Funny enough, when you say I don't have herpes a lot, it makes people think you've got herpes.
Yeah. I don't have herpes.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Listen. Herpes, by the way, is a very common disease that a lot of people have. If you have a cold sore on the face, it's actually herpes type 1, so a lot of people have that.
So what we're trying to say is we shouldn't gang up on you about it.
No, I'm just saying, you know what, look. Anyway.
So wait, okay, so you've been unfaithful to Eliza, you've been unfaithful to, what about Frankie? Were you unfaithful to her?
I was never unfaithful to Frankie, no.
Ooh.
Why are you naming ex-girlfriends? Why are you doing this? Like, that's unfair. But it's true. Do you know
Sophie Habu?
No, I've never been unfaithful to Sophie Habu.
What about...
why do you keep doing this? This is just unfair.
I thought that was the whole point.
No, well, the whole point is...
Who wants to know who he's been unfaithful to?
No, it's not some sort of game show where I'm going to like say stuff.
Okay, can we have some names? Do you want to shout out a name?
No, do not shout out a name, boys from Clapham. Do not shout out... No, do not shout your... What the hell? Listen, I have, though, this is very true, and I think everyone has had this, all right? Have you ever... been lying in bed with your partner, friend, I don't know, whoever it is, and you've had a dream about being unfaithful in a dream? Have you ever had that? Has anyone ever had that? Shaking their heads, you're all liars. Yes, thank you very much in the corner. Yeah, no, I've had that in the past, and I actually woke up once, and I had been unfaithful in a dream, and I thought it was real.
And what did you do?
Oh, shucks. I did not do that. That's a lie. But I did. I felt very awkward about it because I had one of these like vivid dreams.
Or what's the worst is when, your partner or girlfriend has a dream about you being unfaithful and then they're still angry at you the next day even though it's a dream.
Yeah, but I had that the other day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally. But also I've had that.
And you're like, it wasn't me, I'm sorry.
But have you not ever had it where you've had a dream about your partner doing it and you wake up and you're almost angry? And what happens is that you hear these stories, you go like, well, I'd never be angry, obviously it's a dream. But then you wake up and they say this to you, or you've had the dream and...
Yeah, I'm not quite ready to talk to you yet.
Yeah. You were unfaithful in your dream and I just don't like it. I've had some of those dreams once where it's been so vivid that I actually woken up and thought things were real.
Have you had one of those dreams where you were a woman again? You had a dream that you had a vagina, did you?
No, I did not.
You did.
No, I did not. But this is true. I actually weirdly didn't remember this until the other day when my mum reminded me. As a kid, right? As a little boy, I must have been 6 years old. I used to go to my grandmother's house, which was basically, it was up the road, and she used to say, oh, you want to come eat a bicky? She always used to say this. So I used to run up the road, and she would like leave the house, and I would just put on her makeup and try on all of her clothes all the time, and she would come back and find me wearing all of her makeup and dressed in her clothes.
Who did?
My grandmother did.
Really?
Yeah. Happened a lot.
What, recently?
No, not No, when I was about 6 years old, I remember it. But I didn't remember until my mum like jogged my memory.
Mm.
Yeah. But
How did she jog your memory?
Hey,
Jamie, I got some clothes for you. Try these on, see if this brings back any memories.
No, it wasn't quite like that, but it just did jog
Someone
memory.
said, I bet Jamie as a kid was a little horror.
I was one of the worst.
Fen. Okay, what about...
Also, we gotta mention the fact, Francis, because the whole point of this is ID Mobile, their brand new campaign about being unfaithful, right? And the fact that you can change networks super easily, so you should change over to ID Mobile and save £212. By memory,
Wait, what are you saying you remembered?
No, I just remembered
a number.
No, I did. Yeah. Have you ever in your life, Francis, and you've got to be totally honest, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Have you ever been unfaithful in any sort of way? Because we can phone your mum up and I can find out straight away.
Probably, yes.
What?
Well, No,
I don't know.
Have I been unfaithful? I'm sure I have, yeah.
Do you feel bad about it?
Guilty.
You feel guilty?
Yeah. Guilty.
Does it still hit you today, that guilt?
I did it once and then I never do it again.
But what were you unfaithful about?
I basically, one of my friends wanted me to come outside and play with him. And I went off with another friend. And then we didn't tell the other friend where we were. And then he found out.
How did he find out?
He saw us playing.
Really? Is that what happened?
He saw us, yeah.
And does that still upset you to this day?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago.
That is not that cool.
No.
Also, we gotta big up the fact that my buddy Francis Boulle has moved back to London, which is very exciting.
Oh yeah.
He's back in the big city, the lights, people.
That's true. I'm back.
What is the comparison? What is the difference between the countryside and London?
Well, to be honest, I was in London most days during the week anyway. So it's more like I woke up in the countryside.
What did you used to call yourself? You used to call yourself a, what was it? Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, a twat. Because I was only in London on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. But
why did you just mumble that last bit?
Oh yeah, I meant to mumble the twat bit. But yeah, back in London. But actually, tomorrow I go up to Edinburgh. I'll be up in Edinburgh. I got my show up there.
This is very exciting. You've got your stand-up show.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty daunting for you, right? Because you've written...
Hey, not daunting at all.
Do you know what's so annoying about Francis? That I honestly want to punch him in the face, right? Sometimes. When he does this look, okay? When he does this look where he looks like the most smug person I've ever seen in my entire life. So, Francis...
What is it?
If you do your smug look...
You do an impression of it.
That's it. You're like a smug Robert De Niro. That's what you look like when you do it.
Hey, you're not the first person to say that.
Who was the first person to say it?
Robert De Niro himself.
Okay, so listen, you're going up to Edinburgh.
He said, "You're like a smug me, Francis." No, I am going up to Edinburgh. I've got my show up there.
Go on, give us the lowdown. So how are you getting up there? You're getting up there by train? Flying up?
Train.
Oh, you don't like flying?
I love flying, but... I studied up in Edinburgh, and I haven't taken the train up to Edinburgh in a long time, so I want to go back to... It's like I'm going back to uni, which I probably should do.
You should probably what? You should probably what?
But I'm excited. I don't know if any of you guys are going to be up at the Fringe, but... are you going to come to my show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yes! Yes!
Okay, cool.
You've seen it already?
You came to one of the previews?
Yeah. If you had to give it an Uber rating, have you seen it as well? You've seen it as well. If you had to give it an Uber rating, what would you give it?
Those were work in progress.
Do you just sigh? Oh, hello.
Oh, that's good. Hey. Hey.
Absolutely. That is higher than my Uber rating at the moment.
Well, it was a work in progress as well, so we'll get there.
Hey, listen, buddy, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm super proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I am. I'm very proud of you. I think that you are very funny. You're very witty. And I think you're going to do great things on the comedy circuit. And I'm going to hang on to that little cape of yours and come all the way with you.
Hey, you are going to be there, right behind me.
What am I going to be doing behind you?
Holding on to my cape. I've got to have someone hold my cape.
Hey, I said this other. I'm now terrified of taking public transport after my thing that happened to me on the
Oh, what
flight.
happened to you on the thing?
I told you this. I don't know if you listened to one of the podcasts we've done recently. I went on a flight on Thomas Cook Airways from Bristol, which was really cool. I actually also had to do, I said this as well, I had to do this TV show called Tipping Point. Has anyone watched Tipping Point? Yeah, big it up. It's where the coins drop in and you answer questions. And I thought it was The Chase that I was doing. Definitely wasn't. It was Tipping Point. And anyway, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I probably didn't win. That's the only thing, because I thought it was a different TV show.
Oh, wait, so you thought you were on The Chase?
I thought I was doing The Chase. I thought I was about to meet Anne Hegarty, yeah. I met Ben Shepherd. It was someone totally different.
And what, so you didn't do well on the show?
Well,
Is it not quite a
mate,
technical program? Or do you have to be?
Technical,
Is it like a quiz show?
It's a quiz show. Go on,
But you're not so good at quizzes.
100%. Look at this. Okay, but I'll pretend I have a buzzer right here. I have a buzzer, right? I have a buzzer right here.
All right.
Oh, go on. Ask me a question. I'll buzz in.
Okay. What is the?
Buzz. Buzzed in.
What's my second middle name?
What's your second middle? That's not even a general knowledge question.
Yeah. Well, it's a friendship question.
What is your second middle name?
Yeah.
Rupert.
No.
Why do you Why would I know that?
Why would I be called Rupert?
Why wouldn't you be called Rupert? Francis Augustus Rupert Boulle.
No.
Is that not right?
It's funny, actually. Who was it that said?
Oh no, I do know it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do know. It's after your grandfather or something.
Well, yeah. Well, it's my dad. Yeah.
Oh, it's after your dad.
He's one of his names.
Okay, fine. Well, can you guess my middle names?
Yeah.
What?
James Robin Grant.
That's right. Oh.
Hey, but it's because I got two middle names.
I have two middle names. Mine's two. I have two as well.
Which actually, as Dimitri Martin says, means you've got no middle names.
Really? Hey, listen.
Do you not get that?
Yeah. Nope, I did not. Also,
if you have two middle names, you've got no middle name.
Also, can I just tell you this before we... Yeah.
Yeah,
you got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got it back right there. Woo! More of that up in Edinburgh, people.
That was a Dimitri Martin joke. That was not my joke.
Right, so anyway, when I went and did this tipping point thing, right, it's very scary. I don't know if anyone's ever done any quiz shows. It's a very daunting thing.
Have you guys done any quiz shows? Maybe...
You might have done.
University Challenge, anyone?
Surprising. It's very surprising. But I did it, and I don't understand, like, if you've done Mastermind, right, which you did very well in, don't do your smug face. Why are you doing your smug... Why are you doing... You're doing your smug, but I did it.
I got...
we don't care. Don't him. This is exactly what happened when we went on tour.
I came second, yeah.
I'm clapping you for being very sweet. I'm not clapping him.
Thank you for that, yeah.
But I got. You have to do this multiple choice round. It's very quick. You have to sort of buzzer and you have to know the question when you pass. They said to me, and it was really sketchy. The first question was, what is range? What nickname? What is range? Can't even get it out, which is perfect. Rangy is a nickname for what car? I said Toyota.
What?
Yeah. And then they said, what's a black garden mollusk? And I said a skunk. It's really scary. It was really daunting.
What, so you don't think you did such a great job on Tipping
I don't think I did that well. Hey, listen, Francis, what we got to do also is we got to talk to the lovely people who are commenting in. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to Kenny Brooks.
Dutty Dawson.
Kenny Brooks. He
Dutty
was with
Dawson.
Louise Kenny's wife. That's what it says there.
Dutty Dawson says, Francis is such a catch.
Okay.
Spit it out, Jamie, says Lizzie Boo Thomas. Congrats on the success of Candy Kittens, though.
Can we also give this one? Oh, thanks very much,
Woo.
everyone. Can we get this one from Jennifer Agan? Hey, guys, watching y'all from Boston. I'm so upset. I was supposed to be in Edinburgh during the Fringe and was planning to see Francis, but my trip got changed, so I won't be able to see it.
Oh.
Do that in a Boston accent.
Hey.
Wait, why don't you read that in a Boston accent?
Okay.
That one just there.
Hey, guys, watching y'all from Boston. I'm so upset. I was supposed to be in Edinburgh during the Fringe, but... So we got it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Keith, come on, Keith.
That's kind of more like a big mixture of Brooklyn and Boston. I'm sorry about that.
No, boys, I walked my daughter to get the dog to go and get a coffee.
No, that's
I walked my dog. I didn't walk my daughter. I walked my dog with my daughter to go and get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit much.
Do you know what? Francis is
Big love to all you private parters out there.
You rock stars in here. Right, Francis, it's now time
Jamie, will you marry me?
Sure, why not?
That's from Sophie Haboo. Oh.
Right, Francis.
Didn't you ask her to marry you earlier today?
No, you asked me to message her saying, would you marry Jamie?
What did she say?
She said yes. It's not the person I'm dating, though. Or
What?
Is it? Well, it is. Don't know why I lied. Probably watching, yeah. Anyway, Francis, now time to that lovely moment when we have your diary. So
Wait, someone said, Jamie, that was a horrendous Boston accent.
I walked my daughter. Francis, it's now time for your diary. Stop reading out the comments.
Jamie could be in Greece. Lightning.
I was Danny Zuko. This is actually a true story. I was Danny Zuko in Greece, all right? You can all probably see it. It's true. Danny Zuko. And anyway, I never sang to the actual music, right? So I just knew, I'll go over here, drifters. And I knew, does he actually even sing that one? But I was like, summer loving. So I did that one, right? But on the actual night, they played the music behind it, and I had practiced in my own tone, but my tone was totally different to the music on the night.
Oh, you mean you're out of key?
I was just tone deaf. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Hey, Francis, it's now time for your diary.
My diary's okay tonight. I don't know, maybe.
All right. What was that thing? Thanks for leading everyone into it.
So it's not like a barrel of laughs. So just warning everyone.
Is it very morbid or something?
Really?
Are we going to feel really upset and sad?
No, I don't know. It's all right. I don't know.
Firstly, if you should never go into something saying, I don't know if this is going to be good, but you're going to have to sit here and enjoy it anyway. Don't ever say that. Big it up. It's now time for Francis' diary, everybody.
Woo! When I first started stand-up comedy last year in November, as a young boy, I expected it would be something I could do relatively casually, 1 or 2 nights a week, think up some funny thoughts now and then, as I do my whittling and whatnot.
Wait, hang on, what? Whittling?
Whittling.
What do you mean whittling?
Whittling sticks.
You from Blair Witch? What are you doing?
No,
I whittling.
I carve little things out of sticks.
Like what little things?
Whistles.
You do not. When have you ever made a whistle out of a stick?
I make wooden whistles.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I make wooden whistles. And whatnot.
No, you don't. What, like a dog whistle or like a ref's whistle?
Like ref's whistles.
Where did you get the little ball to put in it?
Oh. The ball is a luxury. It's not a necessity.
That doesn't mean anything. What do you mean it's a luxury, not a necessity?
You don't need it for the whistle to work.
Okay, continue with your whittling.
And whatnot. Then go and say those funny things to an audience of people with a matchstick gripped between my teeth. But the fact is, when you have lots of gigs booked in and fast approaching, the whole process functions somewhat kind of like a comedy treadmill that you can't stop. Mm-hmm. Barring, of course, dropping out of gigs, which I wouldn't do out of choice, considering how lucky I am to be getting any at all. The machination.
Is this like a shrine to stand-up comedy?
No, I'm just talking about. No, and then I'm going to talk about my worst gig ever.
Don't. When you're about to, don't tell them what you're about to say. By the way, guys, I'm about to talk about this. Just
okay.
Flow into it naturally, like water.
The machinations of this comedy treadmill bring one repeatedly into contact with the harrowing consequences of not being fully prepared for a gig or making the wrong choices in regards to material. The fear of this happening again is a powerful motivator and has led me to think of little else but how to make people laugh.
Wait, are you just
whether
talking
I
about
like it or not.
Are you just talking about your deepest fears now? Is that what?
No, I was just saying. Okay. So you occasionally have these gigs where you bomb completely. Right, and that's part of the process because you have to get the feedback from your audience on what works and what doesn't. Mm-hmm. But a friend of mine the other day, I had my worst gig ever the other day, And it just so happened.
Where were you, firstly?
Okay, so a friend of mine was doing a fundraiser for a play she was doing, and she asked me if I would do a gig to like a load of people who actually I knew there would be a lot of my friends in the audience who hadn't seen me do stand-up before. So I was a bit hesitant. But anyway, it was after, like the comedy was on after loads of like beat poetry and like quite somber music. So
And then it was welcome to the
the
stage.
room was not warmed up for a comedy, and you know, when your first joke, which always works wherever you do it, doesn't work, and then you're seeing
so your
all of
banker
your
joke
you're
didn't
seeing,
work.
Yeah, you're seeing all of your friends like staring there, looking at you, going, and then you're like staring at them, and suddenly you start seeing the whole gig through their eyes. And then the next, because the first joke, if your best joke doesn't work, or your second best joke, as is often my first one, then you have a pretty good gauge that the rest of your stuff is not going to work. So I kind of had to do my whole set, and I got 1 or 2 laughs, but it was excruciating. And you know when people come up to you, I don't know if you know this, but when people come up to you after a stand-up gig, and they say, "Yeah, that was really good. It was really,
And you know it was bad.
And I'm like, "No, it wasn't good." I'm horrified, mortified that you think that you have to like console me. And so anyway, the moral of that story is, don't do
Yep.
a gig
Yep.
in front of all your friends that you
After
haven't done before after loads of beat poetry, and because it was also a room that hadn't done.
Shouldn't
Anyway,
morals be more like meaningful?
but it was
than that?
it was also for a good cause. It was a fundraiser, so I'm glad that I did it. Glad that I did it. And also, I think no gig could be as bad as that, bombing in front of all of your friends who haven't seen you do stand up before. So
There we go,
You all
Francis
right?
Boulle, everybody. I feel like you just went out there to get sympathy for yourself that you
hey,
bombed.
look, I'm not going out to get sympathy, but if you guys want to throw some my way, then that's fine. Yeah.
Don't throw any sympathy anywhere near him. Right,
I'm not interested in your sympathy.
Francis.
Thanks.
Francis, we've got to this lovely point in the podcast.
Was that an okay diary?
That was a great diary, my friend. It's a great diary.
It was not that funny. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen.
But maybe it was interesting for you guys about my comedy.
Listen, you can read the critic notes afterwards. It'll be fine.
Someone said, "Fuck, I need to."
Right, Francis, it's now time.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What is she saying that in reference to?
Hey, Francis, it's now time to the answer to the question of the week.
What was the question again?
What animal in the savannah has no vocal cords?
And what did you say? You said
Okay.
No, but what did you say?
I said a hyena.
Which was wrong, obviously.
Okay, ladies from Boulle, why don't you come and set into the microphone? Come over here. You can come set into the microphone. Both of you. Hey, welcome then to the stage, everyone.
Wait, who's Alice?
Come sit
Alice.
here. Come sit here. What are your names?
Ozzy.
Sorry.
Ozzy.
Jose. Your name's Jose.
As in Jose.
Oh God, I'm on the camera. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
you
just
see us there.
remembered that.
And what's your name?
Marie Claire.
Marie Claire, like the magazine.
You got so we have Jose and Marie Claire. On the one. Ladies, please give us the answer to the question of the week.
Do we need to
Sorry if we're wrong.
say at what stage of life it is, or just in general?
What?
No.
Sorry. Okay,
No.
straight.
It's a baby giraffe.
Baby giraffe is correct.
Yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Give it up for Marie Claire and Jose. Right, Francis, we also have to pick a winner. Thank you very much to ID Mobile for sponsoring this episode and giving away a very lovely iPhone, which is the iPhone XR, brand new with 128 gigabytes. It's going to be incredible. So, Francis, you've got to pick our winner.
All right. Well, we got loads of people who actually guessed it. Or guessed it, or maybe they knew it.
Oh, they knew it. So why don't you pick a name?
I've got to go back and...
Okay.
Okay, where
Also,
is it?
can we
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Uh,
Don't just pick the first one you see. Why don't you just close your eyes?
No. Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam Bread and Jam.
Sam Bread and Jam has won the iPhone X thanks to ID Mobile.
Sam Bread and Jam, you've won.
Thank you so much. Hey, so listen, everyone. So Sam, Bread and Jam, thank you so much. That's going to be sent out to you.
I think she's going to be surprised about that.
Or it's a he. It's Sam. Bread and Jam could be a guy.
Well, it was a girl's picture on the face.
Well, who knows? Could be anything.
Maybe he...
Listen, before we sign off, we want to
What was so funny there?
We want to say a big shout out to ID Mobile for being such awesome sponsors. You guys are freaking great. We love you guys very much. Thank you so much. Listen, be unfaithful, swap over networks, go to ID Mobile, but just be unfaithful to networks, to no one else.
But be faithful to your loved ones.
That's exactly it. We want to give a big shout out to every single person in this room who came out tonight. Thank you guys so much. Woo! You guys are rock stars. To Jose and Marie-Claire for being epic contestants. Francis.
You are amazing, all of you.
Yeah. And also to everyone who is listening tonight, who is watching tonight, who was commenting, to everyone involved who always support this podcast. We couldn't do it without you. It means a hell of a lot. To all the team behind it. To my buddy, Francis Boulle. We're signing out for now. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. Good night.